Okay, so this was a great presentation, and what we're going to present fits very well as a continuation and expansion on what was presented just minutes ago. So we create the hardware, so the little modules, the chipsets that enable what that gentleman showed you before. So if you want to measure a golf swing, you have to be able to measure a number of things, such as acceleration, such as rotation, such as angle, such as really heading, and that's what the sensors allow you to do. So the sensors can be accelerometers that measure acceleration, gyroscope that measure rotation, 3D, they talk about 3D gyroscope, that means that it measures really three-directional rotation, or compass that measures the heading. So once that you have the raw data from the sensors, you have to blend them and to make sense of them. And this is what the software does. So if, for example, we want to measure acceleration, you see that graph this one is just acceleration. And if you want only gyroscope, so the rotation, this graph at the bottom left shows the rotation in 3 different axes. And what you often want to fuse these sensors together, the data from the sensors, and that's what they call the quaternion. And the quaternion is that signal that you see up there. So essentially, our role is to help the companies that do not have the capabilities of Epson. Epson is a huge multi-billion-dollar company. And we help customers who are either just startups or smaller companies who do not have the expertise in sensors or the expertise in wireless or the expertise in low-power processing. If you want to have a wearable, you want it to last as long as possible. And because of that, you want power processing to be minimal. So you want maximum performance at lowest possible power. And these are our areas of expertise. So typically, our customers take one of our platform devices to do their evaluation. They do their initial evaluation to make sure that it can do what they want to do. And then after that, if they take it as is, all that because these platforms are taken through certification, FCC certification, so they're ready for production. If they take the platform exactly as is, all that they need to worry about is the plastic around it, the application software, and the cloud software. And they can be in market in 6 months. If they want a variation of this platform, we can do the customization for them, and the customization can be a subset or a superset of the base platform, and that will just add a few more months to it. But typically, we take our customers to production anywhere between 6 months and 12 months of starting their evaluation, which in hardware is very, very fast. Normally in hardware, product development takes about 18 months. So we are kind of an accelerator. What we also do is that because we have expertise in another area, which is algorithms, because these raw data don't mean anything unless you have the algorithms to make sense of them, to separate the signal from the noise and decide exactly what it is that is being measured and quantified. We also do very sophisticated algorithm development and device development for big pharma and for biotech companies. Because, for example, they have a drug and they want to measure the impact of the drug on a person who has a poor physical balance. So they want a device to attach to the person who is taking the drug so that along the days or weeks or months that is going through that field test, they can measure whether there is performance improvement or not. Is the gait improving or getting worse? Is the person working straighter or less straight? And if you have the right algorithms and the right sensors, you can really measure with a very high degree of precision how the body is performing. That can be plus or minus 1% or even 0.5% precision, which can be the only other way to do that is if you have a camera and you have very, very complicated software to be able to analyze the motion. So this is essentially what we do. We help customers, whether they are startups or they are multi-billion-dollar companies, get into the business of selling a hardware-based product. And we do the hardware for them, we do the firmware, we can do the algorithm. And what is needed in addition to that is just the plastic, the application software, and the cloud software. So that gives you, in 10 minutes, an overview of the hardware business that's necessary for the wearable products. Questions? Sure. So hardware essentially is very much volume based. So to get just the evaluation kit, which is 2 of these modules, with this software to do the evaluation, is a few $100s. If you want to be in production, and if you want a complete product, we do turnkey also, including the plastic and everything. If you want to buy 1 unit, that's fairly expensive because you have to do molding and so on. If you're buying 10,000 per month, that's typically $20 to $30, possibly even less, depending on what you need. You might not need all these sensors. You might not need 2 processors. So depending on what you need, the price could be anywhere between, I would say, less than $10 all the way to maybe $30. Sure. Yes. Yeah.
Does it come with wireless capability?
Yes. So our platform comes with 2 wireless capabilities, both BLE, low energy Bluetooth, and ANT+. ANT+ is very popular for some sports like cycling. It's also popular for some medical devices. But having the 2 enables you to have much more flexibility in order to attach to other sensors or to a base station or to a mobile phone. We buy the chips. We buy the best chips for the application. So if it's sensor chips, we can be from InventSense, that can be from STMicro, that can be from Bosch. It depends who has the best chip for that application. The processors, typically, we use an ARM core. So on our new device, we have an ARM M0, 32-bit, and another 32-bit ARM M3. But not all application needs 2 processors. Often just an M0 is enough. Okay. Well, thank you.